Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will be partnering with web.com for this amazing webinar, Unleashing the Idea, Taking Your SMB's Concept to the World. My name is Dara. I'm the social media coordinator for Locology, and I will be your host for today's event. A few housekeeping items before we begin. This webinar is being recorded and will be circulated to all attendees with the presentation within 24 hours of the broadcast. Questions will be answered during the Q&A session at the end. However, you can ask questions at any time during the broadcast by using the question window in your control panel. Our speaker today is Garrett Bryan, Product Manager at web.com. So without further ado, I will go ahead and pass it over to Garrett to get us started. Thank you, Garrett.
Yeah, thanks for having me today. So again, my name is Garrett Bryan, and I'm one of the product managers for our online presence products at Newfold Digital. While we have a portfolio of brands, I'm laser focused on our web.com brand and its customers. I've been with the company for nearly a decade, first as an end user of our solutions, and then finally as a product owner, where I help shape the way they work. And I'm speaking to you today from sunny Florida and can't wait to dive in. Here's a question. Doesn't it feel great to come up with an innovative or brilliant idea? I mean, how many times have you seen something and thought to yourself, why hasn't anyone done this before? Or maybe it's, I can do that so much better. And that's often how ideas start. A simple solution to a big problem that can help lots of people. So now you might be inspired enough to take an idea from concept to open for business. But what's the best way to start? As a former small business owner, I can attest to the great feeling of opening your own business. It's so fun running through the possibilities of what could be and how my dream can grow into something next level. At the time, and this is several years ago, I really relied on local connections to get me traction. My friends and family and colleagues recommending my services to other people who then kept doing that by word of mouth. And while that's a key piece to help grow, SMBs today can't underestimate the power that a comprehensive online presence strategy can have in your success. I'm talking about considerations like brand assets and the right type of website and marketing tools that, when combined with the right amount of planning, give you a powerful outlet to unleash your idea to the world. And this holds true for just about any industry or vertical. Whether you're looking to book services, sell products, or even market what you personally have to offer, maybe through a blog or as an influencer, this strategy is for you. Take, for example, the power of e-commerce. The pandemic made it more popular than ever to offer products and services online. And it gives you the opportunity to expand your offerings, reach a lot of people, and be open for business around the clock. And it's not over. Global retail e-commerce sales are growing, hitting $6 trillion in sales this year and on track and expected to exceed $8 trillion by 2026. Here's a few more quick stats. We expect to see almost 21% of sales transact online this year. And by 2026, nearly 1 out of every 4 sales will take place online. Popular sites like Amazon, Walmart, and eBay take up the lion's share of e-commerce sales, with Amazon taking up a whopping 37.8% of the volume. No surprise there. This is what I'm getting at. The retail market, it's shifting online, making the need for a web presence critical to capturing sales. And there's still room for you in this picture. You can use your online presence to captivate customers, market alongside these big brands, and even use them to your advantage. So, what's the secret sauce to all of this? Today, we're going to dive deep into a few topics, but in general, we'll discuss gathering the right assets to make your brand stand out, the process of prepping, creating, and optimizing your very own website, and some of the main ways you can use marketing tools to drive traffic to your site and even help you with converting those leads into real customers. So before we go out and collect or buy anything, do you have your company name? It's the introduction of you to customers, and people will refer to you by that name anytime they think about your business. Just look at how many iconic brands are out there where people know them by a single word. Brands that have made their names synonymous with the actual product they sell, like Kleenex and tissues, or Coca-Cola and sodas. So you can see we don't want to underestimate what you choose here. A few tips. First, keep it simple. Something short, easy to spell, 1 or 2 words if you can. That can make it easier for people to remember and can help it catch on. Also, keep in mind what you're offering. Is it a product, a service, or what you can offer? Can the name make that clear? And don't forget to keep in mind your audience. Who are you targeting? Does the name fit with the personality, tone, and positioning of your business? And don't feel like you have to decide on your own. There are a number of tools out there that can help you come up with the perfect name. Consider a business name generator, where it's as easy as providing a single word that represents your business, and it will come back with a ton of amazing suggestions and even let you know what domain names are available. And speaking of domain names, that's the next step. Once we know what to call you, consider the purchase of 1 or more domain names that relate to your brand. If you chose a 1 or 2 word business name, perhaps you can search for a domain name using those words. And while .com is the most popular, don't forget about other popular extensions like .net, .me, .biz, or even .store. These can represent your brand well too, and it never hurts to grab up the most common ones and forward them to your website. It offers another way for customers to navigate to you and affords you some brand protection, since others can no longer buy and use those extensions to their advantage. So now we have a business name and we've considered a domain name. A quick note on social media. While you don't have to run off yet and start setting up and posting all over the place, it's a good time to consider your social handles or the public username people will use to find you. It's a great idea as part of an overall brand strategy to try and get handles that match your brand, company name, or domain name. You can check this yourself as part of the account setup with each of the social media networks, or save yourself some time and use a social handle checking tool. Simply plug in the name you want, and it will tell you if it's available across a variety of social networks. And the last asset I want to talk to you about today is your logo. It's great to start thinking about this now, because as you set up your website, social channels, and marketing strategy, you'll quickly start incorporating your branding into everything you do. So when thinking about the design, I like to keep these 5 principles in mind. Again, keep it simple and easy to identify. Make it memorable so it sticks in people's minds. Make it timeless or even iconic. Don't just design to today's trends, but think about how it will stand out in 5 or 10 years of successful business. Stay versatile, or make sure it can stand on its own or show up in a number of colors or on a variety of surfaces, because when you make it big, that logo is going everywhere. And last, keep it appropriate for the intended audience. For example, consider reserving the most playful or vibrant logos for something kid-friendly, but maybe stick with something more traditional for that accounting firm. And again, if you get stuck here or you don't want to spend hours creating it on your own, seek expert help or turn to some of the amazing tools online. With the power of AI these days, it's easier than ever to design the logo of your dreams in a matter of seconds. So, gathering the right assets feels like it can take a long time. But as we've discussed, there's a lot of tools out there that make it simple. In fact, when we put together our online presence offerings at web.com, we took the varying requirements of SMBs into account. And today, we have a range of packages for business owners to meet their needs. Do you just need a basic website, or do you want to reach beyond that with your services, products, or personal brand? No matter the need, web.com makes it easy to find what you're looking for all in one stop. If you're just looking to get your presence off the ground or looking to start a blog, the first package is for you. Our website plan offers a powerful DIY builder and simple onboarding to help you learn how it works so you can get your website published fast. When you're ready to take your marketing to the next level or want to offer your services online, you'll want to jump at our website plus marketing package. It offers powerful marketing tools to boost your brand's visibility and can help you with some of the asset collection like business names, logo generation, and social handle checks. Plus, you can book appointments online and even accept payment at the time of booking. Now, if you're ready to sell products online, you'll want to check out our last 2 packages. The online store package is a great place to start if you want to sell products and services online. From selling your products on Facebook and Instagram to real-time shipping rates and secure online payment options, you'll have everything you need to really establish your e-commerce business. And when you want it all, we have that too. Sell your products in all of the major marketplaces like eBay, Amazon, Walmart, and Etsy. Use bulk editing tools to save you time and utilize our more advanced e-commerce features like restocking and our fulfillment automation tools. Each of our packages are built for where you are in your business journey and will provide you the tools for success. Now that we have some of the key pieces needed to build your website, let's make a plan. And while it may feel counterproductive to do this instead of jumping into your website build, I promise it's going to save you time in the long run and help you create an effective site the first time. So before we do anything else, let's talk about your goals. It's important to determine the primary purpose of your website to make sure people who visit take the kind of actions you want and to help you stay laser focused when we move into some of the next steps like content, elements, and style. When understanding goals, I like to ask a few questions. What are the primary and secondary goals of your website? Maybe it's to promote your brand or to showcase your work, or maybe you want to schedule appointments or sell products. Write these goals down in order so we can keep them in mind as the site build progresses. What do you want people to know when they visit your website? Is it important for them to contact you? Do you want them to know what you have to offer? Or maybe you want to showcase the number of years of experience you have to build credibility. We can leverage your responses to this question by doing some strategic placement on your site to make this information prominent. If there's one thing you want visitors to take away when visiting your site, what would it be? Having a singular idea here will help us narrow down the focus of your site even further to ensure that message gets across. And last, what is the primary way you want someone to contact you? This one is important because you want to make sure to encourage a method of contact that you'll be responsive to. For example, maybe you work in the field all day and you can't answer the phone quickly. Consider using a contact form so you can review submissions in your available time and then reach back out. Or maybe you have time slots available that you want people to book. Consider directing site visitors to your appointments page where they can select an available entry for an in-person or virtual visit. The option you select here can tie in nicely to your overall goals because once a site visitor gets the information they need, you want to empower them to take the next steps by contacting you. Now that you have your website goals defined, let's talk about the elements of your website. You want to keep your website goals here in mind again to help guide you through as you think about three key segments. First is your customer profile. Ask yourself, who are my typical or ideal customers? Knowing this will help you figure out how to speak to and influence these users into taking the action you want. Think about details like age, income level, location, and even what they value or the challenges they'll face as they engage with your business. Next is brand tone and style. We talk about this briefly when creating your logo, but it's also important for the rest of your site content, including images and words. Consider the tone you want to use, as it shapes how your customers view your brand. Do you want to be seen as serious, casual, funny? As you choose an option, keep the customer profile in mind to ensure it works for your target audience. And last is top features. Write down the three most important details you want someone to see when visiting your website. Maybe it's your top selling services or products. Maybe it's pricing or a special offer, or the things that make your business unique. We do this now because a great approach is to highlight these items on your homepage. Keeping these three segments in mind will help you choose elements such as images and icons and build out content that best represent your business. I won't dive too deep into content creation here, but we'll talk about your website structure in a few minutes. In the meantime, it's great to start listing out everything you want to put on your website. So with your brand goals defined and your customer profile created and a list of everything you want on your website, let's move on to how you want to present it all. A quick exercise will help when you want to select templates in order to build your site. Think about how you want to present your site goals and content. Consider looking for inspiration from other websites and note down what you like. Specifically, you can think about colors, images, or even the layout and consider how your goals and content will fit. And of course, always keep in mind what you feel works best with your business branding. Congrats! So far, you figured out who you are, you collected the right assets, and you've planned out some of the crucial elements for your website. So now on to the next fun part, because it's time to create it. Everyone has varying levels of experience with creating a website. Maybe you've made some before, or perhaps this is your first one. No matter the case, here's 4 key details to keep in mind when choosing your website building platform. One is reliability. Look for a company that's been in business a long time and has the reputation to back it. Are they known for helping customers get online and stay online securely? Check out their websites to learn more about them before buying. Next is affordability. You're a small business owner looking to grow. The last thing you need to do is blow your budget away on the platform itself. Compare pricing and determine what works with your budget. Next is ease of use. Check out the feature list to see if the platform has what you need. Compare it to other website building tools to see how they stack up in terms of features and price. If you're going the do-it-yourself route, you want a builder that's feature-rich but allows you to make the changes to get published online quickly. And last, let's talk about support. Check out what support options they offer. Can you get help via phone, chat, or email? What kind of hours? Do they have a help center where you can look up topics? What about help with the website build itself? Consider selecting a company with support that will help with as little or as much support as you need. And check out reviews online to see what other customers think. And a quick note, if you're planning to sell products, don't forget that you can eventually expand beyond your website. For example, there's social selling via Facebook and Instagram, or there's marketplaces like eBay, Amazon, Etsy, and Walmart where you can sell as well. Consider looking for website and commerce platforms that help you sell across all of these channels. So, you've chosen a website builder, you've purchased a plan. Let's circle back to the content topic and think about the best format for your site. What should you include? This information can be succinct and all on one page, or you could consider breaking it out into separate pages. In either case, I recommend the following sections. First is About Us. This is where you can share your background, journey, mission statement, and values. This is also a great place to show off you or your team to build that relational element with your customers. Next is Contact Us. We previously talked about determining the best way for people to contact you. Put that into practice with call to actions to reach out. Prominently display your phone number, address, or contact form to drive leads. Next is FAQs. People are inevitably going to have questions, so gather your most commonly asked ones and write up some Q&A. This is a great way to help out your SEO as well, which we'll discuss in a few minutes. Next are products and services. Be sure to tell your website visitors what you have to offer and how you can help them. Promote your top offerings up front and drive people to your intended action, such as your store pages or an appointment calendar. Don't forget to include those high-quality photos of your work while you're at it. Next is special offers. Get customers to take action by showcasing your next step. That could be large contact forms, and it could be a special offer or a discount. Drive them to the right location on your site to engage with you or purchase. And last is testimonials. Do you have past recommendations from your customers? Include them or link to them on your website. This will drive up your trust factor and can lead to additional engagement. Some website building platforms come with a template library where you can select from hundreds of different designs, many of them industry specific. Consider searching for templates in your industry, as they're often outlined in a way to meet the most common goals for your business type, and they're easily customizable from there. So you've got your website and it's starting to come together. Before we move on, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the value of optimizing your website. This is designed to increase its organic search visibility in Google, Bing, and other search engines whenever people search for your products, services, or information relevant to your business. You'll often hear this referred to as SEO, or search engine optimization. Because organic search actually accounts for 53% of all website traffic, you can understand why it's important. SEO can get technical, but there's a lot of resources out there and SEO experts who can come alongside you to help as well. Here's some quick things you can do to help. Let's talk about keywords. What kinds of words do you think your customers would use to search for the solutions you provide? This is often in the form of simple words or phrases someone may use when talking about your brand or services. These keywords will help guide you when creating your website copy and will also tell Google that your site is relevant and to show your site in their search results. It's also a good idea to keep your site up to date with the most recent information and to keep users coming back. Invest time in adding or discussing recent events and popular topics pertaining to your business or industry, and consider adding new content to existing pages and keep the information relevant and of high quality. You could also consider researching SEO tools that can crawl your website and provide recommended actions to improve your rankings. There are lots of solutions like this, including our simple SEO offering at web.com. Remember, SEO, it's a long tail strategy, so don't expect results overnight. And if you're really struggling to produce written content, there's no shame in turning to some of the great new AI tools. You can leverage this tech to create website copy that you can use for inspiration to edit and draft your own version. So far, we've discussed gathering the things you need to build your brand, and we've talked about getting your website and optimizing it for success. And it feels good to have a published and polished website live and online, right? So what else can you be doing to build your online presence? And how can you continue to drive people to your site to learn more? Let's dive into a few quick tips on marketing and how you can use it to your advantage. Most of us at some point have used a search engine like Google to look up good restaurants in the area, or maybe to find the nearest retail store. And often when we do this, we end up looking through business listings. We check out photos and reviews or hours of operation, and then we might click through to a website or give that business a call or pay them a visit. In fact, 64% of consumers use Google business profiles to find contact details about a local business, and more than half of the actions people take on those listings is a click through to a website. So if you're targeting a specific market or customers can come to you directly for business, consider setting up your business listing profiles, especially Google and Bing, which can help customers find you and even impact your SEO, which we discussed on the previous slide. By doing so, you offer yet another way for people to find you. It can even serve as a hub for reviews, which can go a long way. Setting these up, it's completely free to you, and there's plenty of guides online to help you out. If you're looking to maximize your exposure across listing services beyond Google, consider seeking out a company who offers business listing services. They can provide you the tools to input your business information and then cascade it to countless directories where they have the opportunity to be picked up and posted online. There are even providers who will do all of this for you. Now, it's time to circle back to social media and touch on blogging. Earlier, we talked about choosing and securing your social handle tags that will be used across platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And depending on your audience and demographics, these platforms can be a great way to reach people or drive engagement about your business. Setting up these accounts is free to you, and you have control over the content you add there. And as I mentioned earlier, you even have the ability to link to your website or even sell products from these platforms. It's pretty powerful. I recommend starting small. Come up with content you feel is relevant to your business, maybe featured products or those tasty culinary creations, and then start posting a few times per week. Share that content on your social accounts and get your family and your friends and your current customers to like and share that content too. It may take time to build a following depending on your investment level. And blogging, it's another way you can build your brand online. Talk about relevant subject matter pertaining to your business. Share your expertise with others. Cultivate a community where people can engage with this content. You can even use your blog to link back to your website, products, services, and more. And this content can also help you in your SEO endeavors. There's lots of free blog tools out there, and some website building tools even come with a blog feature. And one final consideration here. Rather than navigating a bunch of different tools to post to your blogs and to social media, seek out platforms that allow you to manage your content all in one place. These type of tools will save you time and allow you to see your content's performance all in one location. So we've got the word out there, right? Your website's up and running. Maybe you've got engagement from social posts or blogs, but now you want to engage with people on a different level. So what's next? First, let's take advantage of your website's contact form. We previously discussed the importance of having a way for customers to contact you, and forms are a popular method to collect information, intake requests, or even get subscribers for mailing lists and special offers. You can use something as simple as a spreadsheet to collect this information, but that's going to be a hassle long term, not a very easy or safe way to collect this data. Instead, make the most of the information you get by using a customer relationship manager or CRM. Lots of these exist online, and they make it simple to manage your contacts, whether leads or existing customers, so you can better market to them over time. And many of these CRMs come equipped with email marketing tools too. For example, maybe you have a form on your website to get people to sign up for your mailing list. Now you've got this list of leads you can email to entice them about your products, services, or brand. Or maybe someone purchased a product from you, making them not a lead but a customer. You can email them about other products they'd like or remind them when it's time to buy again. CRM and email marketing tools are powerful because they give you the means to do just that. Many of them even have pre-built templates or journeys for leads and customers so you can quickly solicit the next best action from them. And there are products out there that couple CRM and email marketing with your website plans. That makes it even easier to do all of the tasks we just talked about. So that's a lot about marketing. And keep in mind, you don't have to do everything day one. This is an online presence journey, and the path to success can take time and even a little trial and error. However, if you're ready to jumpstart your online presence and you have the budget for it, I do have a couple of recommendations. Consider investing in some paid online advertising. Some options include pay-per-click ads, like you might see at the top of Google when you search, and social media ads, like you might see scrolling through Facebook. There are even products out there that can help you centralize this activity too. You can also invest funds into your SEO strategy to improve your organic search over time, including both work on your website and off-page SEO actions like backlinks. And if you need a little help with this or anything I've mentioned, seek out reputable companies who can help, from SEO to PPC, and even website and online store creation. Pros exist to help you get the online presence you're looking for. At web.com, for example, we mean it when we say one stop, all done, because we're here to provide you the tools and expert support needed to help small businesses succeed online. So that about wraps things up. As a recap, we talked about gathering the right assets, which are the foundation of your brand. Don't forget about domain names, social handle tags, and even that beautiful logo you'll need. And we discussed the importance of getting a website, the central hub of your online presence. Collect the details you need, choose a great platform, and make some tweaks to optimize it. And last, we figured out how to move from stop to go with marketing. From setting up business listings and social media accounts to crafting engaging blogs and emails, there are some great options out there to get you started. You can even boost your progress with paid advertising and expert services if you've got the budget or lack the time or expertise to set everything up yourself. I also want to mention that much of what we discussed and more is covered in our site starter guide, so jump there for a more in-depth and comprehensive look at the website building process. And because I'm practicing my Old English, I'll leave you with this quote. The internet affords a level of relationship with consumers hitherto unfathomable. And Lucas is right. You can build meaningful relationships with people through your online presence that can convert into real meaning, real customers, real sales, and real success. It's never been a better time to unleash your idea to the world. Thanks so much for the time.
Great, Garrett. This is Charles Laughlin from Locology. I'll be handling moderating our Q&A today. We do have a few questions that have floated in from the audience. Why don't we just get right into it if you want?
Let's do it.
All right, so the first question is, I want to set up my online presence, but I'm not quite ready to start selling anything. Is it too early?
Okay, great question. So not at all. The best thing you can do for your online presence is to be present. So even if you're not ready to build a full-blown website or a store, start by building something simple, like a coming soon page. You can still provide some information about your business, what you have to offer, and include that contact form. so you can start collecting leads that you can later convert into customers.
Great, great. So here comes the hitherto unfathomable AI question. There's been a lot of chatter about AI, both good and bad. What are some of the best ways I can use it to my advantage while also staying safe?
Okay, so AI is certainly a big topic today, and there's a ton of complexities around it and how to use it the right way. So my recommendation as it relates to your online presence is to use AI as a tool in your toolbox, not as your end solution. So for example, you might use AI to generate some verbiage for your website. Don't just copy and paste it and move on. Read it, make some edits to it, put it in your own voice, right? You know your business more than anyone else, and make sure it's relevant to both your brand and your customers. So in that case, you're getting some very needed help with your content, but you've also ensured that you're creating an online presence that's unique to you.
Okay, great. Yeah, I mean, those tools are going to evolve. I think we're
Oh yeah,
maybe less and less editing will be needed over time, but now it's still very much something you have to keep a close
for
eye
sure,
on.
for sure, for sure. And you want to make sure it's unique and relevant
Right.
and stands out from the crowd.
Okay. All right, we got one more. So you talked about the importance of social media and the need to establish a presence on social platforms. Which social platforms do you recommend starting with?
Okay, great question. So first, let me say it's not necessary for every business to be on all social media sites, right? You might end up stretching yourself or your budget a little too thin. So a few tips. One, make sure you understand your goals of being on social media, like the why do you want to be there, and understand how others in your industry are using it to their advantage. So I recommend looking at some of the other competitors in your market and see what channels they're on and how they're using it. And then you can also look at the purpose of each platform. So for example, Instagram and Pinterest are all about imagery versus YouTube and TikTok are all about video. So do that, make your play, and then go where your audience is. You could start with one or two platforms and then expand from there.
Great, great. Okay. Um, I think that's it for questions. So I'm going to kick it back to you, Dara.
Alrighty, thanks, Charles. And thank you so much, Garrett and the web.com team. Great questions and discussion. We really appreciate you putting this webinar together for us. A few more items from Locology before we end today's webinar. You will be able to view today's broadcast along with previous webinars on our website at locology.com. Just navigate to research and resources and then toggle to webinars. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please be sure to visit locology.com and subscribe for updates to be the first to know about future webinars. Have a great day, everyone.